All right, excuse me. Welcome everybody to today's happy hour jam. Perhaps it will actually get posted in time for happy hour. I'm trying it a little bit earlier today, like figure out all this stuff live and whatnot. Anyways, we're bringing it to you regardless. Calling this Thoughtful Thursday. I'm gonna do a bit of a jam, contemplating certain things. Perhaps even asking some questions. So anyways, we're going to go from here. And thank you all very much for your ear and your time. This is Art4Truth. We are Art4Truth. And boy, isn't there a lot to think about. There always is. Perhaps too much. Too much thinking, like too much anything. Well, it's a good question. It can certainly, I don't want to necessarily say it's bad, but it certainly leads you away from things like feeling or being, doing. But I think it's very important to be thoughtful. Thoughtful also means not just thinking a lot, but being considerate. It's often associated directly with that particular idea. You're being thoughtful towards others. You're thinking about things. You're being considerate of your situation and that the other variables of life around you. And when we're thoughtful in our thinking, then we're also considerate of our ideas and how they relate to our connection to the universe, as well as, I think, if we're really being thoughtful, everybody else's connection, everything else's connection to the universe, omniverse, infinity, call it what you will. So I wonder if the thoughtfulness is something that is part of the underlying factor of our physical and metaphysical reality. A genuine thinking about others and other things and being considerate of what's going on. Now, let's think about this, for example, the idea of art. Now, I'm going to bring this up a lot, but I'm going to bring it up again here for Thoughtful Thursday because I want you to think about what it might mean. If we look at art as essentially the meaning of life, as the energy of willful creation that allows for the resolution of contrast into harmony, as well as the flow of serendipity into composition. The idea of art allows for beings like us that have free will, but are also connected to a larger will, a larger being, cells. We are ourselves in a larger organism, and so on. So what do you think about that? We would like to hear your ideas. Actually, we would. Please leave comments if you're feeling this. So if we are indeed connected to art as an energy, and art is truly a meaning of creation, it indeed is an explanation of all things. Because think about it. What is art really? It is creating something out of nothing, a will to make a universe, a will to create a life, a universe full of life. You know, whether we're describing something or connected to another kind of an entity, or we're just free-flowing in free will creation with thousands and millions of strokes and lines and colors and variables. Kind of like the larger universe, and we're allowing for a flow and a certain level of serendipity accident, a movement, if you will, in the work. Conscious composition and creating things, but realizing that the universe is full, and evolution is about change and chance. Conscious chance. See, that's one of the things. Think about this. What if we can have chance and complete randomness and consciousness and awareness of that randomness? A connection and a composition of the randomness at the same time. What if both exist? Which would essentially, I think, and I'd like to hear if you agree, or what you think about it, agree or not, that might be a way that we can bridge a rift between science and spirituality, if you will. So yes, there's another thing to think about. So I'm going to come back to art and thoughtfulness. So if art is indeed something that we can use to connect so many aspects of our life, and there's all these connections to science, and there's all these connections to the spirit, there's all these connections to the idea of what life could possibly be, and we connect greater to that, greater energy, does it not stand to reason that we will therefore be more thoughtful about things, or it will foster our thoughtfulness? We'll be thinking about the things that are important to us in our art and our world, perhaps even the larger thoughtfulness of the macrocosm of things. And that by doing it, it will feed and fuel that growth and that change and that stronger connection to a grateful beauty of life and being more thoughtful and aware of things. Perhaps, this is a theory, it's a thought. Thoughtful Thursday. But I I definitely encourage people to work on art and in these times be creative, experience some other people's creativity and express your own. Enjoy that time alone and with your family. I suggest both always. And see if it encourages your thoughtfulness about everything in your thinking, in your mind, and your heart. Perhaps the difference between thinking and thoughtfulness is that your thoughtfulness also comes from the heart. Because it's a full body think about everything that's connected somehow. And it all is. Even this virus we have right now is connected to our life, apparently necessary for us to deal with. Because here it is. There's many of them, but this is causing us to look at things differently, and hopefully positive change will come from it. So if you have the ability, in some way, shape, or form in your life, and I hope you're not too down and out, and if you are even... if you hum a song, when you're down, or no matter where you are, there's a way to connect to art and that energy and something that just help take you kind of away from your problems, or maybe help you be more thoughtful about how to find the ways to get by, or whatever it is. And hopefully there's larger communities out there, whatnot. We have a cool neighborhood and some nice people around. We try to do our little part with the stuff we have a little bit here and there. Trying to spread some kind of wealth and joy and wealth. Things like plants, food, which is wealth. Really, it is. It is. If you have that, then you have what you need. Really, if you have something in which to make art, all you really need to make art is your existence. You can exist in your mind. You can exist just as a rhythm or a flow of light and color consciousness in your mind. You can make art out of the sand on the ground. You can make art on your skin. It disappears quickly depending on what you use. If you use the air, it's really a momentary art, but it's still there. Some way, please, in some way, shape, or form, let art help you along your way, make you have a more thoughtful day. And if you are very wealthy, or you have all kinds of means, and you have nothing to worry about, quote unquote, everybody does. Well, I encourage everybody to think about sharing at least a little something. So if you're very, very wealthy, that you could probably make some really big contributions, small to you perhaps, and big to a lot of other people. And if you're super wealthy and you're listening to this, think about the importance of art and life and community and caring and all these other wonderful things, love as well. Think of that power. And what your money can do to fuel that. And even if you give most of it, if not all of it away, know that will always come back to you somehow in the larger economy. It is just better this way right now. It's a great time for us to see and maybe dissolve more than we have in a long time the idea and need for money. Or certainly the way we view it now and how we classify its importance and all this. There's a whole lot of us that have known this for some time. This could be the biggest silver lining that our country and world has ever seen as far as bringing us together in a new way of being. So think about that. This could not, I'll ask the question, could this epidemic, quote unquote, not fuel a larger growth in the world of how we deal with things, how we distribute wealth, how we value human life and the world life, how we want to grow and live, and what our legacy really needs to be? Maybe something a lot more and different than money. So much of these things that we're seeing that are important in our lives, in our own self-gardening, being creative in whatever way we can, in the way that we live our lives, fuel ourselves, create clothing, food, so on and so forth. I'm not going to make my own clothing all the time, grow every single bit of my own food, make every single possible thing I can, fix my own appliances, etc., etc., etc. I'll do what I can. My partner and I do pretty well. She's good at a lot of things, and I'm not so bad at a number of things. We do well. But as far as being able to use the earth and reuse things, and we make things like dandelion wine, and that's a cool thing. And I think people can look more into the way that we can use our herbs and gleaned fruit and flowers. But yeah, and again, that is another part of the economy that we can use and change. That's not about money. You don't have to have a lot of money to have a good love and a good, strong connection to life. Like, we all need some basic things. And there's no reason that human beings shouldn't have at least the basics with which to be happy. And the means, if they're, whatever their ambition level, as long as the ambition is not to destroy others, it's my one thing that I would advise against. But then people, if you're happy with the basics and your family's happy and you can just, live this life and you can have a better community, whatever, then that's great. And then if you want to do other things that you've always aspired to, want to make your dreams come true, you're not struggling to just feed yourself while other people are throwing away $1,000 meals all the time. So we need to really think on Thoughtful Thursday and every day, really, about the importance of making sure that we have a much, much more sustainable and growth-worthy global society in which everybody gets a better chance, to have a dance at the things that makes life worth living. Oh yes, that's right. Art, connecting to the earth, connecting to each other, loving, laughing, painting, playing music, and singing. ladies and gentlemen, I hope you know it's true. Each one of us can do a little bit all the time to connect to this energy. And those of us who are really into it, really want to see this happen more and more, can do more and more. Each other, but still somehow connect and share. Especially if you have some plants or herbs or things like that, or just make jam, whatever it might be. A little bit of art. Maybe if you have someone next door who you know has trouble maybe doing all their yard work and you're good at it, arrange it with them and do so with them. You can do that without getting anywhere near them if you're so inclined to stay that far away. Not a bad idea, they say these days. But we don't have to isolate ourselves or put our lives on the shelves. We can make the most of this somehow. Most of us, I think we can try. I know there's many a non-dry eye in relation to this environment and all kinds of other things that are happening. People who are losing their stuff, losing themselves, losing their families. There's people who are right in the middle of it, doing everything they can. There's people who are trying to do things they can from the side. There's people who just want to hide. But I think it's really important that if we feel something and we feel that we've always wanted change, that we've wanted to help someone in some way that we haven't been able to or connect, now might be a time to do that, even a little bit. Every little bit matters. And I really hope, we come out, we play music, people we make art because we want to somehow inspire some people to feel good. We want people to think. We want people to do a number of things in response to the conscious contribution that we as artists are making. So I want to say that I am not only full of gratitude for this opportunity to share, but I hope that you are too. If you find some way, something in this that helps you from the despair, and that Thoughtful Thursday made you maybe think a little bit. And if you've ever been on the brink of boredom, well, remember, pick up a pencil, pick up a paper, slap your thigh a little, make a beat, get yourself off your seat, dance. It's all right. All of these things are okay now. It's not silly to dance around the house singing and doing things like that. Let it out. All right, we're gonna do one more number here and then we're gonna fade out or be out. Some other things to attend to, and I want to get this, try to get this loaded up as quick as I can. So thank you all for listening. to Art4Truth happy hour special. Let's call it that, Thoughtful Thursday. And tomorrow will be, well, it's Friday if I'm not much mistaken. Oh yeah, I thought about this and then I forgot. Yeah, I'm still thinking 5th. Thoughtful Thursday, I'm still thinking about what Friday's going to be. Tune in for a surprise tomorrow, Friday. It might be some type of freeform Friday, or form and layer Friday, or... So at this point, Friday will probably be something different each week that begins with the letter F. I think that's a good way to deal with this situation right now. And to say that tomorrow will be Form and Layer Friday. So for happy hour, we're going to try to do some nice spatial stuff. And even talk a little bit about that. So, all right. Last thought for Thoughtful Thursday, and then we'll fade out a little bit. Wish you well. Is, what if that we right now share space in some way, shape, or form, share space with other beings, other dimensions, other realities, other things that we can't generally see, but sometimes we can. And I'm not even talking about microorganisms or things that we can physically categorize. I'm talking about things that you often see behind your eyes, or through them if you look at the clouds or the trees, grass blowing in the breeze, and sometimes you can see the living form like they're looking at you, like you see something alive. Well, you are seeing life. Think about that. Think about that, I guess. Because it's Thoughtful Thursday. What if that was the case, that just surrounding us all the time is form, life, in fact? If you take a deep breath in and you just let yourself feel it, you can almost feel them embracing you. Perhaps there's energies that want to share their love with you. They want to share their beauty and the wonderful things in the world beyond the usual that we normally see. What if it's true that there is life all around you? Most easy to find if you close your eyes and look into your mind. Don't know where to start? Start with your heart. And to be somewhat cliche, but anyway, they say you can't spell heart without A-R-T. And you can find these other entities and realities in art. And art can show us where they are in other parts of the world and where we can find them in front of our eyes. So what do you think? Leave comments, please. on any of this stuff. And your own art, if you do some or have ideas about it or whatnot. I love that. All right. Thank you very much, everybody, for your ear and your time. Have a good one. Happy Friday and weekend for what it's worth, if there's still anything like that. And we will, it's still Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. Anyways, see, things are funny. But we will see you tomorrow doing this happy hour thing again. And I'm posting stuff as often as I can on YouTube and stuff. And I'm trying to be regular about it. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much.